All right, welcome back to the channel. Today I am working on a Yamaha G1 golf cart. I believe this one's from early 80s. Having a hard time finding the VIN number on this one, where it's supposed to be down underneath the back there. I'm not seeing it. I need to maybe jack it up and see if it's somewhere else up underneath there, but what I've looked up, it should be on that square piece just behind or just inside the bumper. I can't find it, so not real sure what the year is on this, but it's got to be, guessing, early 80s, just from what I can tell. So kind of the plan right now is I'm trying to get some seats. You guys can see how bad the original seats are wore out. So I actually picked up these boat seats really cheap. You can get them off of Amazon, Cabela's, Bass Pro, any place like that. Decent price. You can't get these reupholstered for that price. And like I said, this one is a really rough shape. Even the seat pan on these are pretty much shot. The bolts on the bottom side were rusted out inside it. So it'd take quite a bit to get these particular seats back operable. The passenger side is a little bit better, but it's still pretty rough. So basically what I'm going to do is take a piece of cardboard and make a template here off of the original seat pan, this one here. So I'll trace that out, make a cardboard template, and then I will transfer that to the bottom of these seats. These seats, the holes are going to be somewhere in here, roughly. So basically that's all I'm going to do, and then set that inside here, drill my 4 holes, and then bolt my seat into place. Should go pretty smooth. And again, these seats actually look pretty decent on here. So they're not quite as wide. You guys can see how far out these old seats came to. I mean, they almost touch each other in the middle. Here we're gonna have a little gap, so I may even do something with that little spot right there, build something in there, to possibly even put like a 12-volt charger or something in. Don't want to get too crazy because I want to still be able to lift this up and not have issues. So we'll kind of see, but I think I should be able to run those wiring down the back of this and then bring it over, so that way this can still go up and down. And I think it'd be a good spot to have maybe a place for a charger or something like that. So I am looking at doing something there, but that'll be down the line. Another project is actually going to be rebuilding this center piece here for the steering column and your reverse, forward, and choke. So this one's broke up pretty bad. I don't think it'll be too bad to kind of either, I don't know, I'm thinking about building one out of aluminum, but we'll see. I think I can do one out of aluminum, maybe change it up just a little bit. It bolts here, so I think maybe the one there too is all. So when I pull that all off, kind of see what I've got there, and then I need to yank the steering wheel. I pulled the center plastic cover off, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I do have the top, but it needs a new top piece, but the mounting hardware is all pretty decent. But overall, it's not bad shape for its age. I mean, it's got some scratches. Paint's not perfect, but it's not bad. Like I said, for its age, not a bad looking ski. I may clean it up, possibly, and paint it. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Repainting the wheels white, painting the body white, and then, yeah, kind of just running it. Going through it mechanically. Again, it does run. It doesn't run perfect, but it does run. The brakes are a little sticky, so I need to go through them, clean those up. I think it's just the springs, everything. I mean, it's been setting for a while, so getting all that back in order, but that's kind of where it's at. But yeah, I really wanted to show kind of the seat situation, because I know I'm not the only one out there that's looked for these G1 seats. They're really hard to find, and they're pricey when you do find them in decent shape. So this is a really cheap option, and they actually fit very nicely in the cutout here. I'll probably need to look up some armrest. I don't think these originals will fit, but we'll see. So cut back whenever I start mounting these. So I've got the seats here. I actually made my little cardboard template. You guys can see it's bolted on the bottom of that. So here in a second, I'm going to set it all up here, line up these holes. Again, I drilled these out as well in that cardboard template. So I should be able to set that up there, get that nice and centered. Again, I'm gonna set the seat up there and make sure that's where I want it. Everything's right before I drill these holes through it, and then we'll get that mounted. One other thing I wanted to point out, here is where my serial number's at on mine. I know online a lot of them say they're on the back corner back here. Yeah, for whatever reason, mine's here. I did do some research on actually a Facebook forum or group that they had the locations, and that's where some of them were on some of theirs. So I was able to find it, which is good. So now I can kind of look up and find out what year this is. I want to say this is an earlier model, but not 100% sure. Some other things I need to get fixed on it. One, I'm going to pull the carb, rebuild the carb. It does run, but it's not great. I need to check the compression still, just kind of clean everything up. I want to pull the oil line, wherever it's at over here, going down here, and make sure that that's pumping, as well as checking out, like, I'm not real sure what this vacuum, I'm assuming this is a vacuum off the exhaust. Just kind of go through everything and make sure everything's working like it's supposed to. Fuel is pumping. I am probably going to replace or hook up the stock pump and make sure that's working. Right now they've got an electric one in here, which does work. And I need to change the fuel filter. The fuel filter looks pretty nasty. It does run, it just doesn't run. It takes it a little bit to get warm. Once you get it warmed up, it does run all right. It's just a little sluggish off the start. And then once you kind of get the RPMs up, it's okay. So I need to kind of go through the motor and see what's going on with all that, but it does fire up. The one thing I did notice, I am missing the little pieces that go here. So when I rev this up, like on a jack, there's some wobble in this outer or inner portion of this, and part of that's because I think it's going back maybe too far. It doesn't start wobbling until you get up to higher speeds, but I've noticed, you guys can see that all of them are missing, even the ones that go in here on this piece. So I think I might pull this apart, go through it. You guys can kind of see that right now. It's opened up at the back. And as I rotate that around, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, but you guys can see like it's tighter here in the front than it is in the back. So there might be some play, a little bit of play maybe in there as well. So anyway, I need to go through it, see what's going on with the rear drive, see if I can get that figured out. But other than that, that's about the only thing I've noticed. Everything else seems to be good. Steering feels nice. Suspension isn't bad. I want to pull the wheels off when I'm going to redo the rims and kind of go through everything there. Just make sure bearings, everything feels like it's smooth. And yeah, it's kind of where it's at for right now. But yeah, really wanted to kind of show that VIN number and then again show you guys what I'm doing with these seats. But anyway, I'm going to get this set down and kind of see where everything lines up. If everything lines up right, we will get these seats mounted. So I got the seats mounted. Turned out pretty nice. Wish I would have slid them forward just a little bit. If I were to do this again, here's my template I used. So the centerpiece here was perfect as far as the bolts lining up, but I had to shift this over from the original seat pan. It's not quite center, I guess would be the right word. So the easiest way to do this, honestly, if you're gonna go this route, is to actually measure out the spot here on the golf cart itself. I think it's like 16 inches wide, and then center everything off of that. And if you can, like I said, I wish I would have slid them forward just a tiny bit. I mean, you're hitting here, so you can't go a whole lot forward, but like that, they're straight, I guess would be the word, but I could have went forward just a tiny bit more. But they do fit, really good fit. You guys can see along the edges. Yeah, it's right in there where it needs to be. Everything bolted down nice and tight. So again, you guys can see it's pretty straight along the edges. There's not a whole lot of room for movement, but again, if I had to do over, I would like to have gotten it just a tiny bit further forward, not much. And I had to do my pattern just a little different because it's not quite center. If you just figure 16 inches, center it off of that, then measure out your bolt pattern on the bottom of your guys' seats. Yeah, they'll go right in. Look pretty decent for, you know, a aftermarket seat or another option, I guess. Like I said, I would like to do something maybe here in the center. Possibly some chargers or something like that. I'm not real sure. I've seen some guys put some cup holders in here as well, like lit up LED ones. So maybe something like that down the line, but right now the goal is just get this thing running and out on the course. So it's kind of where I'm at. I'm gonna throw another video up after this. I'm also working on the canopy as well. So we'll get that. I do need to get a puller for the steering wheel. I cannot get the steering wheel to come off. It should come off a lot easier, but it's probably been on there since 1980 something. I think I came to the conclusion this is the second year they made them, so I think it's an 80, if I remember right. 80 or 81, not real sure what the exact year, but it's it's the second set of serial numbers, so I think it's an 81. I'll put it in the title what year this one is once I get back. But anyway, that's kind of the plan right now, is to get the top now. So I will cut back here in just a little bit, show you what I'm doing with that.